Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Aulia Jara Siregar. You can call me Aulia. Aku dari kelas HK24E. Baik, di sini aku akan mempresentasikan makalah bahasa Inggris. Terima kasih.
Legal perspective on bullying in Indonesia, evaluating real case and the role of policymakers. Chapters 1. These questions. 1. Abstract. This paper discusses legal perspective on bullying in Indonesia by evaluating actual bullying cases and their relation to policymakers and their part in dealing with and preventing such acts in Indonesia. Bullying in physical, emotional, and cyber form is still a major social problem. Keeping an eye on the legal system response from the legislative plan on a paper to the day law enforcement is still one area that requires attention. The study investigates how Indonesia's law address bullying and presents both assessments and problems in the existing legal framework. The analysis extends to real-life cases of bullying, current statutes, and laws combating the issue, the effect times of the test measures, and the position of government bodies and legislators when it comes to creating laws designed to eliminate bullying in school, workplace, and online. It also makes recommendations for improvement to the legal framework and enforcement in the future. 2. Background. Bullying is a widespread phenomenon in Indonesia and it has psychological and social implications for victims, but the law reply to bullying has been limited in confronting and the extent of the issues. There are existing laws regarding child protection, education, and cyberspace, but many argue that they are still fragmented and not robust enough to effectively prevent or punish bullying. Indonesia has been formally committed toward the fulfillment of human rights and child protection in terms of international framework, for example, by signing the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. However, there are very few national laws that address bullying directly, resulting in an incoherent state of affairs and hinder the implementation of comprehensive solutions. This article aims to analyze the phenomenon of bullying and law in Indonesia, especially the real impact of bullying taking place in school, workplace, and also cyberspace. 3. Purpose. To assess existing law regarding something, in this case bullying. Researching real-life bullying cases and their legal reformation to explore the role of makers in shaping the legal response to bullying, to provide recommendations on how improve the legal approach to bullying in Indonesia. 4. Problem formulation. Are the existing of legal framework working to prevent and address bullying in Indonesia? What are the most serious challenges to enforcing anti-bullying laws? How the policymaker influence the way the law responds to bullying? We can Indonesia to improve its legal system in protecting the individual from bullying. 5. Solution. This paper adopts legal analysis in connection with a case study approach by comparing existing legal framework in both domestic and international context. It can pinpoint areas where legislation may be lacking or underdeveloped. Among the recommendations in the paper for legislator, school and enforcement agencies, legislative change and interested public education effort. Chapter 2. Discussion. 1. Legal framework on bullying in Indonesia. Bullying prevention in Indonesia is based on various laws such as the Child Protection Law, the Education Law, and the Information and Electronic Translation Law (UIT). However, there is no law that specifically regulates bullying, so law enforcement is difficult. Bullying in school is considered part of general violence, and the education law only methods and accept learning environments without explicit legal measures to address bullying. The IT law addresses online harassment, but its application is inconsistent and pay little attention to the emotional and psychological effects of victims. The absence of a comprehensive anti-bullying law has left legal protection for victims weak and uncoordinated. Legal experts have proposed the creation of a special anti-bullying law that include the responsibilities of related parties, training of educators, and support for victims, including counseling and education on the physiological impact of bullying. This is important to create more effective prevention and healing. 2. Real-life case of bullying analysis and outcomes. Policy makers in Indonesia have an important role in dealing with bullying, but currently existing laws are not comprehensive enough. Defensive bullying prevention program in school and national curriculums, as well as regulation on child protection and cyberbullying, gap in law and enforcement remains a major obstacle. Enforcement of existing law is often insufficient due to a lack of legal clarity and specificity regarding bullying. Therefore, comprehensive anti-bullying legislation is needed covering all forms of bullying, physical, verbal, sociological, and cyber, applicable across various sectors and accompanied by training and support service for victims. Additional and holistic approach is needed through public awareness campaigns, training, and prevention programs to promote social change. Local government and community leaders are also expected to play an active role in supporting victims and implementing sustainable local interventions. The success of anti-bullying policies depends on political protest and commitment to protecting the rights of vulnerable groups. Until strict and systemic laws are implemented, bullying will continue to impact society without adequate protection. 3. Role of policymakers in preventing and addressing bullying. Policymakers in Indonesia have an important role in dealing with bullying. Although there are prevention programs in school and a national curriculum, existing laws are still not comprehensive enough to effectively prevent and respond to bullying. Existing laws, including child protection and cyberbullying, do not adequately fill the gap left by the absence of clear and firm anti-bullying regulations. The government needs to introduce specific laws that cover all forms of bullying: physical, verbal, psychological, and cyber, and apply to various sectors. A hospital approach is needed, including training for educators and workers, cleaning reporting mechanisms, and support service for victims. In addition to legislation, awareness campaigns and local initiatives involving local governments and community leaders are also important to support victims and encourage social change. The success of the police requires strong political will to make it a priority. Until that is achieved, bullying will continue to be a major problem without adequate legal protection for victims. 4. Challenges in enforcement and legal gaps. Urgent problems in dealing with bullying include a lack of sensitivity, training for judges and lawyers, leaving them unable to deal with the complexities of bullying, including its psychological and emotional impact. The legal system also rarely considers long-term impacts such as trauma and the mental health of victims. In addition, there is no coordination between the law and internal policies of educational institutions or workplace, so victims are often trapped in ineffective bureaucracy. Many victims, especially in case of cyberbullying, do not know where to seek help due to blurred jurisdictional boundaries. A clear legal framework for dealing with digital bullying remains inadequate, while social media continues to be a major channel for bullying. Laws that are unable to keep up technological development make vulnerable groups increasingly threatened with inadequate protection. Some solutions and recommendations. Some solution. In some solutions, bullying is still problematic in Indonesia, especially in the education, workplace, and cyber sector. Although there are laws in place that cover some components of bullying, including the Child Protection Law, the Education Law, and the Electronic Information and Transactions Law, yet no specific anti-bullying law exists. Challenges in terms of addressing and preventing bullying are magnified by the lack of any equivalent to the Equality Act at the national level. The existing laws are typically not adequate either in scope or enforcement, and the cases of school, university, and workplace bullying prove that it leaves victims exposed and with no proper legal remedy. These challenges are compounded by systemic factors within the legal framework, such as the need for specialist training for legal professionals on bullying cases, and a lack of coordination among educational, organizational, and legal bodies. As a result, these joint efforts and a lack of coordination when it comes to fighting bullying and educational also completing the process for victims, as they often regard report pressings and unpleasant owing to a lack of timely responses.